I'm Johnny. Long time no see. If you missed us, please hit like and subscribe. And if you're new to us, please hit like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate you guys' support. We love doing this for you. I know we've been gone for a while, but we got daytime job responsibilities. Good stuff. Anyways, a little fun today. Top 10 do not like whiskeys. No real particular order, but we'll give a little backstory on some of them, and away we go. First one up, Buchanan's Deluxe Blended Scotch Whiskey, aged 12 years. I love Scotch. Not a fan of this in any way whatsoever. No expert by far. Just a man that knows good whiskey. This one falls very short. If you drink enough of this, I can promise you, you have a horrible, horrible hangover the next day. By far the worst Scotch I've ever had. Let's continue down the line. Where can we go? From Scotland over to Ireland. Jameson Black Barrel. I do believe that this was their attempt to kind of market more towards the bourbon arena. Of course, it can never be traditional real bourbon, but I believe, yeah, they charred their barrels, trying to get a bit more of that bourbon-like. Fell short. I'm not sure. I mean, the concept, I guess, is good. It's just the end result. It's not very good. It's worth a try if maybe you are a big Jameson fan. I got a buddy loves Jameson. It's okay, any of their products, but he's dogmatic about it. That's all he drinks. Not a fan of Jameson Black Barrel. Let's keep this trend going. International style, not meant to be. Anyways, Canadian whiskey, specifically Crown Royal. Now, the thing with Canadian whiskeys are they're mostly higher rye mash bills. I know they helped keep us through Prohibition a century ago with some of their fine products. However, I had a bad experience with Crown Royal about 16 years ago. I've never recovered. I've tried a lot of their stuff thinking, you know what, maybe I'll enjoy it. I was younger then, I didn't care for the taste of Crown Royal then. I really don't care for it now either. It's one of those, if you drink enough and have a hangover, you'll never touch it ever again. I'm a glutton for punishment, so every now and then I'll try it. Every time I don't like it. So we got that. Let me move some things around. Alright, let's bring it back to the US of A. Bernheim Original Kentucky Straight Wheat Whiskey. It means that it has a high wheat, I believe to be called wheat whiskey in the US. At least 51% of the mash bill has to come from wheat. High hopes for this. I had to actually search for it because apparently it was popular. So this may upset some people who love this stuff. Major disappointment. The price isn't awful. Honestly, I don't feel like I got ripped off. I feel like I got exactly what I paid for, which I was a little worried about. But ever hopeful, I think, hey, I can get a great tasting bourbon for a decent price. There's nothing wrong with budget bourbons, or, well, this isn't a bourbon, but there's nothing wrong with budget whiskey. Some of it will surprise you. It can be really good. This, however, surprised me in a very bad way. It's not good. It's one dimensional, it falls flat in every aspect. It's got that creaminess that comes from the wheat, a little bit of that wheat sweetness, but it doesn't have anything really pronounced or just that draws you and says, hey, I found the bottle of a lifetime. It just didn't do it for me. Not a fan. Kessler. Ooh, smooth as silk. A lot of bad decisions in my youth made off of this. A lot of bad hangovers. Also a whiskey from my youth. It's very cheap, mass produced. It is the epitome of hangover in a bottle. It is some really some bad stuff. Maybe some people like it. I don't think I've ever met anyone that did. And it's, I don't know, give it a try. Maybe you'll enjoy it. But as far as I'm concerned, that stuff is awful. Controversial, Basil Hayden's. I don't know if you can see that. I've tried everything with this bottle. I was excited, the whole process of finding it, getting it, bringing it home, trying it. Didn't care for it. Okay, I'll let it sit a little bit, drink a little bit out. I use it for a mixer. Maybe once it opens up, I'll like it. Can bring myself to it. Some of you may really enjoy this. I don't. In my opinion, I feel it's overpriced, it's overhyped. I don't know. It's one of those that, yeah, it's worth getting one bottle. And maybe, you know, with taste being subjective, maybe you'll be like the other 90-some% and say, oh yeah, it's great, you know. But I think some of them ride that hype a bit too much. I'm always going to give you my honest opinion here on this channel. Basil Hayden's, not a keeper. Another controversial 1792 small batch. Some of you may have seen my 1792 series videos. I wasn't a fan of any of them. And it took a lot to gather the ones I could find. I got Foolproof, Bottle and Bond, and let me look here. Single barrel. Not a fan of any of them, but by far the worst of 1792, in my opinion, is this small batch. A lot of people are going to say, oh, well, it's supposed to taste hot, and it's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be one of those pre-prohibition type of old school. No, it's just awful whiskey, in my opinion. But everyone's got a different opinion. Another one, Jack Daniel's, Old Number 7, the original. Not a fan of that either, folks. In my opinion, the smell and the taste is too sweet. I know it's not artificial, but it tastes like an artificial sweet whiskey. It's awful. It's a hangover, it's a headache, it's upset stomach, puke your brains out, and then the aftertaste, even before you puke, is one of artificial cough syrup. So I don't mean to upset any of you, but I've not been a fan of any Jack Daniels that I've tried. I came close with Gentleman Jack, but it's just none of the line. It all has that underlying artificial sweet cough syrup type taste. Or get too passionate about it. Let's move on and lighten things up. Seagram 7 whiskey. The memories I've had with this. I drank a lot of cheap cheap whiskey in my youth. And I still drink some cheap whiskey now. But here's the thing, I only drink the whiskey now because I enjoy it. This is not one I enjoy. Didn't like it back then like any of the others. Don't like it now. This bottle here, it's gonna stay here. Pass it on to my grandchildren. Alright, it's awful. I don't think anyone would argue. Seagram 7 whiskey serves a purpose that I hope none of us have anymore. Last but not least, do not like, some of you probably are going to be upset about this one too, Chattanooga whiskey. It's not good. The flavor, I mean, it has a flavor. Some might be pleasant, but it's like a lot of these. In my opinion, I think that doing a little research on this, I believe this bottle, they started taking them off in their distilleries. Let me double check this. But yeah, this is one. I know they used to outsource it, but it's far enough long now. This comes from their distillery. And it's okay. I was let down by it. That's life. I gave it a try. I've got about half a bottle here. I'll continue to work on it, but maybe in the future that distillery might, I don't know, I think the head distiller right now maybe finding his groove as far as that particular spot. And it takes time, I'm sure. Everyone, even the experts, are always fine-tuning things. I don't know anything about any of that. But I do know I don't care for Chattanooga whiskey. And I'm sorry. Thank you for watching our video. If you guys have any opinions, maybe you could sway me, convince me that some of these actually are good. I'll listen, I'll reply, I'll even give it another try. Some Dr. Seuss again. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Really enjoy doing this stuff for you guys. It's just I've gotten so busy with work and the day job responsibilities. But you guys are always in my mind. So if you know somebody that may enjoy this channel, please tell them about us. And as always, till next time, cheers.